Today I'll be showing you how to repair a foundation crack that's letting water through, cheap and easy, and save you many thousands of dollars on a professional that probably won't be able to solve your problem. In this case, I have a partially done crack that's compound one. The other crack is behind me here, and it's a hidden crack that a lot of homeowners just wouldn't be able to find easily. So it's a great example of how to fix a really difficult one. First of all, we're going to fix it from the inside rather than a lot of people try to fix it from the outside. If you picture your foundation as a boat, trying to stop a leak from the inside is a hell of a lot easier than from the outside. So the things you're going to need is hydraulic cement. It is porous, so it does let water in. I'm going to show you how to properly seal it without any harsh chemicals or anything. Now, I don't recommend using caulk because this is a lot of water pressure, even though it doesn't look like it. All out right behind, pushing the water through, it'll just instantly blow out any caulk you put in. Metal bowl, mixing spoon, some things to measure and get measure out hydraulic cement and get a measured amount of water. You're going to need gloves, 7 mil at least, as far as thickness, because this is very hard on the gloves. You don't want to get to rupture and get the stuff all over your hands. You'll need a face shield, a 95 respirator, authentic one. I know there's a lot of fakes going around because of COVID. I have one off camera. A drill, a small spade masonry trowel. Big ones are too hard to work. And you'll need a spray bottle with water. This is both to help you put in the hydraulic cement here, as well as for finishing, so it looks real nice. A wire wheel, if you have any paints, well actually, should you do a wire wheel anyway to make sure the surface is good enough to adhere really well. And work gloves when you're doing the wire wheel, of course. First one we're going to work on here, well actually we're going to prep both of them. It's down here in the form of the very corner where the two forms meet. A crack is formed that allows water through. This is one of those cracks that don't even look like it exists, but it does, and it lets out quite a bit of water. A crack that you can barely fit a small needle through can still push out a few gallons of water every hour or so. So even very small ones should be filled, because if it lets out too much water through, it pulls the calcium and other minerals out of the concrete, weakening it, and it just self-perpetuating cycle. Alright, go ahead and get your mask on. You don't want to be breathing anything we're going to be removing from the concrete. Make sure if you're working in an area with like anything you don't want this dust on, to move it several feet at least out of the way. Pardon me for the crappy camera work. This is a very tight area to get into. Clean up your work area. When you go to mix hydraulic cement, it says it hardens in a few minutes. The moment you begin pouring the water in, it'll try to harden on you, so try not to kick up a lot of dust here. So you only have about 1.5 minutes of real world working time, which is why we're going to be spritzing it with water. Help prolong that time having to work. I'm going to just moving this off to the side. I'll be cleaning it up with a shop vac with proper filter and bag. Stuff's super messy, so keep the trash can handy. Cures quickly. So I have to work kind of quick. That's really the only hard part in this. As you can see here, well, actually it was soupy. Walking down the stairs, it's already hard. Hard. Go a few inches past where you've actually know your leak is. Make sure you get it all. Still wearing the respirator. Any of this concrete dust is fine enough. But if I didn't get wet or anything, could possibly get up in the air and into your lungs. Now we're going to seal this patch here so water doesn't permeate through it. If you don't have gutters, you need to have gutters. Make sure they're not overflowing during torrential rainfall. And a lot of people don't grade or amend their soil, actually their foundation, 3 feet out. Try to grade it 2 degrees, 3 feet out if possible. And if you have really bad clay soil, mix in some topsoil till the end about 6 inches, 8 inches down. That'll really help with this as well. What we're going to be using to seal this is just polyacrylic, just polyurethane. Obviously I wouldn't use oil-based stuff because it's inside and that stuff smells for, well, do it inside probably months. And it's not very healthy to breathe in the fumes.